Well, hello there. How are you doing today? This afternoon, this evening? I don't know what time it is for you. There we go. That should be good. I think that will stay there. Stay put phone. Oh, it didn't. I didn't listen. Let's see. Let's see if this will pay attention now. No, it's not. It's the funnest part of whenever I do one of these shows. I just fiddle with my camera a little bit. How's everybody doing today? What should we talk about? Let's discuss something I don't discuss often, but let's talk about politics. Politics. It means many ticks. You got a tick, you know. These politicians, these people, the whole charade, the whole thing that's going on in the United States. It's nothing. There's nothing very. I think Eminem said it the best when he said it's the divided states of embarrassment. It's not the United States of America, no. It's divided states of embarrassment. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll use that quote. Because it's so. It's like the. Did you see how many people came out to Washington D.C.? Does anybody watch the news? I don't. I mean, I'm on the phone. I scroll through this. I see something on the Instagrams, and it's a there's a lot of people, all Trump supporters, in at the White House in D.C. Like lots of people. I didn't think America had it. If there is America, I didn't. Did they? I didn't think they had it in them, but they out there in droves. Who gave me a thumbs up and then took it away? How dare you? It's like I tried counting the people there, but it was a mob of people. Do you think? Okay, first of all, does Joe Biden actually exist? Here's the questions you need to present to you in your mind. This will be a little. Here, let's go over here. Yes, let's go. Is this gonna be good over here? Maybe this will work. Yes, this will work better. Oh, that one's no. That one's like it over there. Look it over here. Does Joe Biden exist? Is he a robot? Is he an android? Is he actually? Well, I mean, what is he? Do you think really people would be out like protesting the whole political system? I mean, because they are, right? I mean, it's quite obvious that there is. I don't know. Let's see. I wear all the colors. See, I wear all the colors. Check this shit out. This shit is fresh as fuck. I wear all the colors. I don't wear just red or blue. I don't really care about who's president. I care that if it is a democracy, if it is a republic, if it is a fascist a dictatorship or whatever the fuck's going on, a corporatocracy, I think is the best word for what America is. I think most of the world is underneath a corporatocracy. Okay. That means ruled by the business owners. Who how is it so close? 70 million people, 70 million people. Joe Biden, Donald Trump. I mean, I don't. I'm failing miserably at life right now because I don't understand how the entire system. Like I see how the system works, and it doesn't. The system actually, it's chaotic. It just causes chaos. It causes mass confusion and hysteria. That's the goal of it. Like why though? Like we could all have so much fun out here. Even if what if they just gave everybody money? What if they just gave everyone money? Would anybody work then? I don't know. There's this thing called the Venus Project, and it was Jacques Fresco. Fresco. Uh, it's always funny because Jacques Fresco. Fresno. I don't know. It's like I think it's Fresco. And it was him and that dude Peter Joseph. They used to Jock is dead. I think he died at like 99 years old or some. I don't know. He lived to some incredible old age. And they talked about having a society that was based upon resource based economy. When this first came out, this was in the movie The Zeitgeist. Do you remember? Does anybody watch? Did anybody watch the Zeitgeist? Zeitgeist, yeah. And nobody could quite understand it. Like when I try to explain to people, like, no, no, people will want things and they think it can't work. Like they explained how the whole thing works. They explain how to if if what we have is what we have means there's a tree there, there's some aluminum there, there's like we'll put these things together and here's all of the products we have, here's all the resources we have, and here's what we'd like to do with them. Everyone on the planet Earth, everyone in this realm, this plane of existence, could readily be supplied with anything they needed. You couldn't, like, I live in you know, small establishment. This is my it's not a lot, but I don't need more. I wouldn't, if I could have more. Somebody else just pulled a thumb back too. That was twice it happened. Crazy, right? Like these are meager accommodations, right? I don't need more. Like I don't. This is more than enough for me. Do you think I would go and like find a mansion? No. If you find a giant mansion, you know what you have to do? You'd have to clean. You'd have to like. What's all the extra bedrooms? Is that just for? Is it for partying? Is it just for having relations? Because I don't know. I don't want to clean up everyone's sheets, so I don't want to do that. So why would I want a big house? Are they gonna clean up when they're done after we throw a party? And it's like a wild ass. I mean, what? Like who? Like you can have a party, right? But all the extra bedrooms, is that just where everybody go? And then who cleans that up? Some Spanish woman, right? Some Mr. Lady. Some I don't know how you call anyone an illegal alien. Everyone's alien to this world. This is a weird place, huh? And it's weird because it should be so simple here. What's why is there such an amount of difficulty in the world? Why did they close down the economy? 8 months. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like I want to know. I want to fight James Fauci, whatever Andrew Fauci, is that his name? Whatever the fuck his name is, whatever that guy is. I want to fight him on camera. I don't care how big he is. He's probably a midget. I'll still whoop his ass because what he on like just got on TV. Right, he just got on TV, right, and he was like, "There's this thing, and it's actually not real." Do you know anybody? I mean, I've consistently expressed this to people. There's probably less sick people now because so that, like, if there's a good thing to this whole charade, these shenanigans, it's that people couldn't go to the hospital, they couldn't afford to do anything, they ate less, and they probably got healthier for it. So that seems like a positive, but the whole you can't, there's nothing to do, like, for 8 months, just bars closed, restaurants closed, you can't go eat anywhere because you couldn't afford it anyway. So what's, I mean, what is their purpose? What are they? Who are these fucking people? Yes, who are these people in the government? What are they governing? What are they doing? What are they doing to? Aren't they supposed to, like, you know, serve humanity? It seems like they're just there. They just do they exist? Does anybody know anyone in the government? Can you just go tell them to stop the bullshit? I don't know anybody in the government. Um, I know a few people, but like they're just like, yep, that's just what they're doing. I guess. I guess the good doctor, the good doctor is, you know what? Did you see how he used to wear glasses and now he took them off and now he's like he doesn't wear glasses anymore? Is he wearing contacts? Does anybody have bad eyesight? We could fix that real quick. It's really easy to fix your eyes are connected to your kidneys or connected to your ovaries or your testicles. See? Eyes, kidneys, testicles. They're all connected. We can clean that right up. It's very easy to do. Um, Water, lime juice, maybe some honey, some vodka, whatever. Wine. Just keep it that way. Stop eating so much. I'm just very, like, has anybody else, like, had it up to here, that thing, like how filthy these people are, like, what are they doing? Like, they're just putting a hold on all of interaction with other people. Like, they're like, you can't don't be within 6 feet of that 6 feet of that person. That one don't get away from that one. Nope, 6 feet apart. How does anybody look? Okay, hold on. You could have. Oh shit! Look at that. If you live in New York City and you live in an apartment in New York City, yep. If you live in an apartment in New York City, you could have your back against the wall where somebody else has a couch. You're within 6 feet of them. Is anybody enforce that? Like, because I mean, most apartments in New York City are small. I never really enjoyed being in New York City. It's just too compact, right? There's just everyone's everywhere. How would they even work that out? If you're in New York, like, you're walking down a sidewalk, could you imagine what New York City would look like if everyone was actually 6 feet apart from each other? That when you're walking on the sidewalk, you gotta. I mean, is a robot controlling the system, and then we're just listening to the robot? Like, if you get to the end of the if you walk down the yellow brick road and you get to the end and you see that little midget guy there, he's screaming at a microphone. Like, what if it's not even a person? What if it's actually a computer system, and people are just listening to a computer system because it's running an algorithm? In that sense, then yeah, I would say we live in a some sort of I don't know, like, do we live? I would say we live on a computer system. I think we live on top of it. I don't think we live inside of it. I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. How's your mind work? Where does your brain go when you're not using it? Where does it go? It's a Beardy Man song. Do you know what Beardy Man is? Beardy Man. Where does your mind go? When you are not, like, in, like right now, I know where my mind is. It's everywhere. But how much can I control the environment? I mean, I can do a little bit of magic. I can do a lot of magic, but I'm not in the position of being in a big white house or whatever they're doing. Hopefully this mess gets cleaned up. I don't know. Yeah, who's wait. Do you remember everybody was like, I hate Donald Trump so much, but they didn't vote. And then people somehow, like, I don't know what's going on with the system. No one is president elect yet. No one's elected. What's going on? Donald Trump will be the president again if there is another president. That's a fact. If you didn't see this coming from, like all the way over there, like, if you weren't, like, just forward thinking, that's one of the things they don't teach you to do in school, is to use your brain to magnify a further whatever is gonna happen. Like, you could see, like, can you see? Is it a big show, or is there really a battle going on? Joe Biden is just, I mean, but everybody is, like, in cahoot. Like, I walked down into in the lobby and grab a bottle of wine the other day, and the television had on. It was Joe. It was the day Joe Biden apparently won or something, and everybody was like, you could just, I could, I could just sense people like they were like hooting and hollering and like taking a victory lap about. And I was like, yeah, but you all realize like he's not winning this election. It's not even a selection. Is it a selection? I feel like they've really, yeah, digital dollar. See, I don't know about that. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't think we get there to 2021. Why? Why? Y- let me explain something to you again. When the power goes out in your city, because I live in New Orleans, right? So there's hurricanes. If you live in Florida, you should be worried about this a little bit. I went to a local grocery store, and usually they were only taking plastic, but then they had to take cash because the machines didn't work. They could open the drawer and put the money in there and kind of, they had a little backup juice energy to work to make the computer work at a generator or something. But imagine if you just like the whole entire city doesn't have that. So when you walk around and there's no electricity, what do? You have to have you have to have coinage. There's a reason that coins have been around for a very long time. Coins are coins, are cons, are kings. That's why you put certain faces on there, so it tells you who's the king. The Khan, the Khan, Genghis Khan. Coin means priestcraft. It's magic. But plastic, it's not really gonna. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work all the time. So I'm just like, why would they? So that way, then they could just shut off everyone's from. You can't even go to the grocery. You want to go to the grocery store. You can't even get food. Is that what they're doing? Are they trying to starve us and make us like like for me, I'm okay. I'm okay with drinking my piss. Most people they don't want to drink the piss. Even if they turn the water off, I can drink my piss. I'm good. What would that be sustainable for a long period of time? Yeah, I don't know how long is long, but everybody else, no, they're gonna day three after no food, people are gonna be very rambunctious. If you just shut the whole system off, then how is anybody gonna make trade, barter, any of that gonna work? Like, are they trying? Are they attempting to cause a civil war? Is that what they're trying to do? Like, who's gonna fight who? The Blues and the Reds? No, it wouldn't even work that way. That's not how that's how it would work. Let's see. How would that work? So let's say 3 days, no electricity. Like, okay, so here electricity goes off every now and then, and the 5 days after I could still get around, and nobody in New Orleans was that worried. But the rest of the country, if you just shut off everything for 5 days, could you even imagine what would start to occur? 3 days, people be getting hungry, but they got food in their house, so they can eat. Okay, they got no TV, they got nothing to stare at. Their phones don't work. Uh-oh. I didn't have any juice in this, so I had to go over. I found a plug that worked somewhere because they had a generator, they had a backup generator, so I found a plug. But could you imagine if you just didn't have that? Nowhere had any. Who's here? What's up? Let me see who's up in here. What's up, Fire Drake? What's up, C Lee? What's up, Carson? Yeah, yeah. I'm Joe Biden. Joe Biden's wife. That shit was hilarious. Faux cheese and Bill Gates. Were they really? Ugh. They probably did a lot of weird shit together. Could you imagine being that nerdy and just have it and trying to like, in your mind, you have to control the world? I was. They're such dorks. You know what a dork is? Remember, there's a dork. There's like stupid. There's retard. There's a few words, but dork is like what you don't want to be. They were a dork. They just because they had no, because it means you have no social aptitude. You have no social conscience. You because you feel small and belittled because you're a chump. You have to like connive your way to like I'm ruling the world. I mean, but why do it that way? Like, if you wanted to rule the world, you could still do it in a good way. Remember Nas, If I Ruled the World? If I ruled the world. Do you know that song? Go look it up. But these motherfuckers, I, how does that exist? I mean, if that was, if those, if Fauci was your child or Bill Gates was your child, wouldn't you be like, stop it? Wouldn't you just be like, enough? Stop. Wouldn't you smack? I, I want to smack the shit out of them. I don't want to punch them. I don't want to fight them. I want to smack the shit out of them. Like literally. Smack them until they shit their pants. Just a backhand, up backhand, backhand. That's what you do. Son of a. Oh. I even do it left-handed. I'm not even left-handed. I mean, I can do some things left-handed, but like really, 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 this is what it is. So we got the election is all jammed up. We still got this 19 C19 shit, whatever that is. I don't. What is that? No one knew. I guarantee. Somebody told me they knew somebody that had gotten sick and had that. I was like, who told you that? The doctor, the good doctor, because they'll never lie about anything. Because the samples weren't already dosed or whatever. Like who do you know that like the way they test for that isn't even the person, the scientist that came up with that was not even, he said don't use it to test for viruses because viruses don't exist, because it's just the result of one being sick. That's all it is. Everybody gets a little bit everybody gets a little sick. I'm a little sick right now. I'm a little sick in my head right now. But you all know me. So I've been doing this for years. It's still like I'm just trying to figure out like what is society going to do, like as like the whole of this it's like culture vultures. What are we, what's going on? I'm slightly perturbed. Is perturbed the right word? Yeah, I would say so. Let's see what's up in here. What's up? It's time. Critical thinking not taught in school. Look up George Carlin. Oh, I know George Carlin. You can't sense a little bit of George Carlin in my tenacity of my voice. You didn't know? Carlin's he was never a comedian. He was a philosopher who made people so uncomfortable with the truth that they had to laugh. Because you gonna laugh about this or what? I don't know. So Alan Watts, and George Carlin are two of the, and also I know Dave Attell, not Dave Chappelle, Dave Attell. Yes, that's where I get the really dark comedy from. Oops. Although Dave Chappelle is pretty good, he's not. Dave Chappelle is not. Oh, dude, this is gonna do this to me right now. Oh, okay, we'll just do it this way. Yeah, Dave Attell is hilarious. Dave Chappelle is not the same dude. He he's that's definitely like it makes me believe in clones or something. That's definitely not the same dude. He's not funny anymore. He's not funny at all. If it is the same dude, it's he I don't know. That's not Dave Chappelle. Dave Attell, though, no, that dude, he's one of the greatest comedians ever. Yes, Alan, not Alan Watts, Alan Watts. I know who Alan Watt is. That's the Irish dude, right? I know of his work. I don't you know. No, Alan Watts. Yes, the British dude. I probably listen to more Alan Watts than anybody on the planet. I would go to bed and I'd put my headphones in and I would listen to him when I was sleeping. And I would wake up, turn Alan Watts on for years. Alan Watts is up there, dude. Carlin. I listen to more Alan Watts than Carlin. Oh man. Let's see. He's Scottish. He's Scottish. Okay, I know if you're Irish, you can't say Scottish. You can't say if you're in Britain, you can't say Welsh. I mean, whatever. But what? I live. I'm American. I'm allowed to plan. They're all European to me. That's all. I'm American. American. Have I ever tried kratom? Yeah, it's good stuff. It's just expensive. Kratom and what's the other one? Yeah, kratom is expensive. And there's only like you can only like you have to order it online or like there's one place that sells it, but um, they're not so much open. I think they might be open now, perhaps. Um, yeah, it's just really expensive. Like for one glass of kratom and whatever, it's up near $10. Like you only need a couple. Yeah, you probably need two glasses, probably good. But I'd rather just walk around with a beer in my hand. It's more fun that way. And kratom makes me a little too drowsy. It's like um, it's kind of a downer. It's like a mellow downer. I mean, but you can get all different kinds. You got the green, the gold, the white. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's fun. There was a time like most of my shows, maybe from last year. If you look at my shows from last year, I would sit out front of this magic shop that sold kratom, and I would sit out there and I would have a glass of wine and some kratom, and yeah, good times, good times. Yeah, I don't know, and I live in a boozy city. I mean, every city is kind of so you got liquor cities, you got boozy cities, you got like certain places you go like that's what you do. Like, what does anybody do? Like, you might just if you're gonna sit down and have a meal, you drink a glass of wine and you get a little tipsy. But that's like for fancy people. I like wine. I love wine, but I just don't hang out with that class of people. I'm obviously kind of I don't know, like I'm a little different. I mean, I've hung out with people that do the expensive shit, like all that, like I now and then, but no, I just prefer a beer. Anybody know that song, Cold Beer? Jesse Stewart. If you don't know it, go look it up. It's a beautiful song. Jesse Stewart, Cold Beer. And you could also look up the Deer Tick song he does. He did a cover of what was it? A cover of five not 500 miles. Well, look up the Deer Tick song. That one's good too. Anyways, so this is to relieve some pressure from my brain. It's just getting to talk. It's helpful. I don't uh, I don't talk enough. I talk, I talk way too much. except for when I don't. See, see, this is. I have to make this clear to people. Um, my talking is like my drinking. I could talk for 3 days straight, but then I won't talk for 5 or 6 days. Like I don't. I was explaining to Danny Skylark the other day, yesterday. There's a difference between an alcoholic and a drunk. I'm a drunk. I'm not an alcoholic because I don't have the shakes. I don't none of that. Like I don't need to drink for a week. I'm fine. But I like drinking, and I live in a city that is you're actually allowed to walk around with a beer in your hand. So that's in New Orleans. Does anybody live somewhere where you can go through a drive-through? You can go through a drive-through and get yourself um, vodka strawberry smoothie thingy. Like you get a daiquiri. Let's drive through daiquiri place. You can drive through and get a daiquiri. Hand it right to you. Here's 40 ounce. I think it's probably like what 24 ounces, 30 ounces of daiquiri. Sweet strawberry yummy goodness and vodka. And you just drive through and get that. Is that even? They're like, don't drink and drive, but here you can go through a drive-through and get a drink. It's funny. It's funny in, in the city. It's if you see someone going straight down a road, that's who you pull over. Like if a cop was to pull someone over, that's who you pull over, not who's bobbing and weaving, because there's so many potholes that you have to be on your game to get around the potholes, not to break your car. So if you see somebody zigzagging, you already like they're good. If you see someone going straight, that's who's drunk. That's so funny. Well, um, it's an absolute pleasure to speak to all of you. Thanks for showing up. Um, I wonder about some. It's the goofiest thing. I always wonder who's in the room, and if you don't say anything, I don't know who you're here. And some people are in the background. I know there's like people like they got shit to do. I get it, but it's always funny. Like people get to look at me and talk to me, and you type to me, but not necessarily can address you because I don't like you can hear me, but it's a funny thing. Hmm. I wonder what it's like to like people that are on the TV, like news media personalities. Like they just sitting there reading something, and then like they're done. They don't have an immediate response. There's no audience for them to like. If the audience came in there, it's because they wanted to see them. But if it's you know no audience there, they just talk like but I'm communicating with people. Like those people on TV, if you can't email them, you can't text them, you can't be like I try my best to get back to everybody that emails me or whatever. Sometimes it goes in spam, sometimes I'm just busy, whatever. But could you imagine like how how important they think they must be because they just talk into a camera and then they just walk away. They can say anything. Doesn't even fucking matter. They're just like here's a script. Here's a bunch of money. Read this. You look like you could read this on camera. Could you imagine being that pathetic? Like how pathetic they must be, like really to think that they're like, but they believe they're important. The news, the north, east, west, and south of what's going on in the world, and they don't tell you anything. They voice the opinion of the station. It's like when people like when I see these like uh, Instagram posts or whatever, and it's like I'm done with I'm done with Fox News or I'm done with CNN. I'm like, you realize they're all the same business, right? Like, how do you it's Fox. FOX is 666, right? ABCDEF 6. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. 15. 6. 1 plus 5 is 6. X is the 24th letter. 2 plus 4 is 6. Fox. Hmm. Yeah, of course you'd like that. Or you'd like CNN. Ooh, I'm CNN, Fox. I mean, go look up what corporations own these things, and what do you think their job is? It's to work for their corporation. It's a corporate agenda to agendize. Like what? It's to make you spend. It's called fear and consumption. If you fear more, you eat more, you consume more. How much do you need? People with the most have the least. You understand what I'm saying? Do you ever see these dudes? You're like, how did this dude score that chick? That's usually what it is, because dude's got a big paying job and gets that wife piece that also fucks the pool boy. Jay Marley, what are you doing? Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Jay Marley? What's up? It's time. It's Cali life out there. Hold on, let me get there. Let's see. Californication. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Somebody I was talking with somebody the other day. Oh man, this is gonna do this to me. Hold on. Yeah, let's figure this one out. Yeah, this would probably work. Oh no, this is not gonna work. Hold on. We're talking about like how I gotta hold down. I gotta hold down the south. You're holding down the Cali. Somebody on the East Coast, we were talking about like triangulating people, like where do we need to put our strongest pieces on the chessboard? Uh, I don't know, man. I've been, you know, you know how my brain works. Sometimes it's way better than everyone, and sometimes it's just a little better. Mm. See like that right there. Like where does your mind go? Like I don't. My mind, I generally have a pretty good control and command of my mind. Sometimes I just like "Meh, merp. Merp is my favorite word. You needed Kelly more than it needed. I needed Kelly more than it needed me. Yeah. I've never been to Cali. I've been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas. I've been to Phoenix. Never been to Cali. I don't think Cali needs me. I think it would only go to my head. You know what I mean? Like I would just think I'm bigger than my britches. It would all go to my head. I'd be like, oh, well, I'm in California. I'm the fucking walk into a Starbucks. What do you do? I'm an actor. I don't know. I'm not an actor. I think that's what everybody does. They're like they got the grocery store job. They're working at a coffee shop, whatever. But they're always like, no, I'm an actor. I'm like, yeah. How's work going for you? I gotta trim my beard up here. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my only view of Cali is I've known a lot of people that live in San Diego, but my only view. uh, I get you. I get you on the on. I didn't. Uh, Fehu? I don't know. Fela Kuti? I don't. I don't know. I don't get that part. Uh, Fela Kuti. Look up Fela Kuti. Do you know Fela Kuti? How am I? like I said, man, just chilling, just fucking rocking the nice gear. A lot of people are moving into Texas, to Texas, Sealy. Yeah, I would say, if energy exchange is currency. Oh, nice, dude, nice. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Well, then, yeah, Fela Kuti, you'll like that too. It's he's masterful. Um, Yeah, Texas seems like if something's gonna pop off in this world, if things go like hell in a handbasket shit show, I would say Texas. I've been to Texas a few times. Texas is probably Louisiana, obviously. Mm, I would say like maybe Colorado is probably a good spot just because it's up there in the mountains. You know what I mean? I think that might be a safe space for people. Yeah, Texas though. Texas is Aztec. Flip the words around. Flip the letters around. Aztec. That's what the Aztecs to Texas. AZ, because they were the ones that created. Apparently, AZ technology is the alphabet, A to Z technology, which is interesting because of if you flip my name around, it's ZA Texas Aztec. Yeah, this seems like a like I. It's such a massive land. Just everything's big in Texas. Texas is Jay Marley. Yeah, I like I think because you know what why I think because people carry like everybody in Texas got a gun, and so people's attitudes are slightly different. They assume you have as much power as they do. You know what I'm saying? So like if you would just assume everybody is as powerful as you, like you know, if you see somebody bigger than you, but you ain't got a gun, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with that dude. I'm gonna fuck with that, whatever. But if everybody packing heat, everybody is on the same level. That's why. Yeah, I mean, I prefer not knowing. I don't really care because I don't know, it's just more fun that way. If you knew everybody was just like, maybe I wouldn't be the way I am if I was like, shit, like somebody might just be crazy enough to shoot my ass for talking a bunch of shit. I mean, I've been punched in the face for talking shit, so okay, I'll deal with that. That's fun. But like, I'd be like, fucking whatever, just do your thing. Would I be more responsible or more would I be more respectable? No, I would not be. I would be. Everyone would just like if everybody had a. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see like to me having a gun is a certain type of weakness, and if someone's weak, then they won't speak, but they might do some crazy shit because they're not well educated. Like I do my battles verbally with people. Keeps me keeps my brain energized, right? But could you imagine if everybody just was carrying a what the just walking around? What if everybody just walk around with a dude? Thank you. Oh, you got to pet an alpaca. I'm so fucking jealous. This is me being jealous. This is what I look like jealous. Yes, that's fucking awesome. I'll check it out. Um, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like if everybody just well, what if everybody had a sword? Would you think of like back in the day, everybody had like a bow and arrow or a sword or whatever. I don't know. Like where does that come from? But I don't know. Would you? I mean, because you'd have to do something to pull a sword out, or What if everybody had throwing stars or knives or I don't know. I don't know. A gun just seems so not intimate. Is if I want to make love to you or I want to kill you, it should be very very intimate. It shouldn't be from a distance. Like a sniper, what are you gonna do? You're like 1,000 yards over there. Like, of course. Like what? You can just sit there and stare down a, and line it up, and that's that's weird. That's creepy, man. That's Joe Biden creepy. Like, so you're just walking down the street and somebody's gonna like rifle you from over there. That doesn't even. That's not even. At least be personal with it. Like, hey, we're gonna fisticuffs. We're gonna fight. Oh, okay, that's very intimate. Oh, you did, dude. Oh, wait, hold on. Uh, the alpacas, or were they llamas? The llamas are bigger, and they spit more. Alpacas, I don't know. I've never seen an alpaca on camera spit at someone, but llamas do. You sure it wasn't a llama? If I ever got a llama, obviously its name would be Dolly. Dolly Llama. Yeah, good joke. I was, or maybe Dolly Parton. I would just call it Parton. That'd be confused. That's Australian. If I called my llama Parton, you know, that would be funny because that's how they do the jokes over there. Australians are cute, are curious people. Let's see, positive. Okay, cool. What color? What was he? Was he soft or was it she? Was it a? I don't know. All I know, I've only got to experience my picture on the wall of my llama or my alpaca. I'm not even sure there's an alpaca. It could be a llama. I don't know. Indiana Jones. When's the last? Man, Indiana Jones used to be my jam. That was Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom. Actually, his latest one wasn't 2000 and 2009. That was a good one. What the? Why I forget the name of that one. There's a pack of alpacas. Jay, what's up, Celtic? Jay, because you're in there, they're protecting you, and you're also really good looking, so they're like, oh, Jay. I think I might have to go get a bottle of wine. I think I might have to do that. Crystal call. It's crystal skulls. Yes. You don't see a crystal skull? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, but that's not it. That's right there. I see a crystal skull. Let's see. Um, there you go. Crystal skull right there. See that? You got some port? Man, I would love port wine. I just don't feel like walking. Have you heard of the Authorius Society? No, I never heard of that. I would like to get some port wine, but I don't feel like walking all the way like 3 blocks away. It's just too far of a walk. I could probably walk downstairs and get a. Let's see what time is it. Yeah, I could probably go downstairs in a minute or two and grab just a bottle of vino, bottle of vino. I mean, I could just order Drizzly and would it. I don't know if you all know about this. It's an alcohol delivery service. I don't know if it's in your city, but if you ever don't feel like going somewhere, look up Drizzly. You could They might deliver to your house. Pretty awesome. And funny thing is, a lot of times it's actually cheaper. Like like I figured out it's cheaper for me to order food to have it delivered here, and it's also cheaper to order alcohol. Sometimes there's like a sale or a deal on something, and so I'll save the money. Like so that will go towards the tip, right? But see, when somebody delivers something to you, tip them. It's courteous. But if I go to the store, I don't tip at the store, but I also have to walk there. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of evens itself out. Like it's actually cheaper for me to get things delivered to me because then I provide. Does anybody remember the movie? One of the greatest movies ever. Uh, Fifth Element. The Fifth Element. Um, what's the chick's name? Mila Jovovich, is that her name? The one in that? Yeah. And see, this is bother. I'm gonna go cut my. I gotta go cut this. This is bothering me a lot. I gotta go cut this. Mila Jovovich in the Fifth Element. Her name's Lilu. Lilu. Yeah, Lilu. She got the multi pass. I totally lost my train of thought there, but whatever. Um, yeah, Lilu. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, yo. Have you not stockpiled? I did. You know what, Celtic? I did stockpile alcohol, but then I drank it all. These things happen. Um, cloudy with the chance of hazy. Yeah, yeah, I did. I bought some alcohol, but I drink. And that's just like I didn't eat, so I drank. So it's actually cheaper. It's actually cheaper to drink than it is to eat. The whole process of turning corn into a tortilla, and then even if you're just eating tacos, it's pricey. I'd rather just get a bottle. It's cheaper, and I'm usually a little bit happier. Not all the time. I'm as goofy sober as I am drunk, just in a different way. Like at least when I'm drunk, I'll fall over. I'll actually fall over, and I'll be the once in a while. Like if I'm sober, like everyone will be the butt of a joke. If I'm sober, I'll be the butt of a joke. You know what I mean? Like like you play. It's called heel and toe. It's like in wrestling. There's a heel and there's a toe. The toe wins, the heel loses. If I'm drunk, it's anyone's game. If I'm sober, I don't lose. So I kind of drink to most of the time I drink so I can be as what I consider goofy as everyone else is. I don't know. Like people are just weird, silly, strange, deranged. Like as we started this video with the whole Trump and Biden debacle, and it still can be like there's people they literally go there. That's what they do. They're like they're just out there and just yeah Donald Trump, and people are like sitting at home like Joe Biden. It's this is has to be the most lopsided victory in the history of politics. That Trump should win by, I don't know, like if there was really 140 million people, which I already discussed. I don't think there's 140 million people that voted, but let's say there's 140 million. Trump would win maybe 11 million. Wait, so 140. 100, and let's see. He'd get most of them. Is what I'm saying. Like I can't. Who's out there supporting Joe Biden? Nobody. So how is it that we're seeing like thousands and thousands of people on the White House lawn? How did you every time you turn the TV on, it would just show you that there's 20, 30, 40,000 people going to a Trump rally. I don't know how many went to Joe Biden whenever he was talking, like three or four. Legitimately, like he couldn't even get his own like. Did he exist? Does he? That's what I was asking earlier. How is it? How is it? 70 million, 70 million. So I would say Trump would get 125 million votes, and the leftover would be for Biden. I mean, I don't even who would actually leave their house to go. Or no, what? No, that's right. They could just mail their votes in now, right? That makes a lot of sense. The whole thing is so hysterical. This is what you get out of it. This is, I mean, I would assume, like, I'm not even like the politics game. I don't even really play with. But could you imagine um, people that are really into politics? This is my favorite part of it. Is people that really, really are go Joe Biden. There are some people. I heard it. I heard it down the street when they said, "Oh, the president's election is done," and the next morning, people were beeping in the streets. Joe Biden, Joe Biden. And I want to go knock on every one of their doors and be like, "You realize he didn't win. He's not going to." Oh, fucking! This is where we live. Huh? I don't know if you're not in American if you're not in America, if you're not American, like then. But I know people. See, I know people that live over in the across the pond in Australia and wherever, and they're like, yeah, this like we're watching the whole political. They're like we're watching the American political system, and they're like that shit is an absolute ape shit show. Like it's like if an ape were to diarrhea in its hands and throw it at. You ever see those videos of like a gorilla, like take like behind the fence? So they've locked up a gorilla, which is absolutely insane. The gorilla will poop in its hand and then throw it and hit. Like, did you see the one where they threw it in an old lady? It's like that's what you get. You don't go to the zoo. You don't go to the zoo. I've been in the zoo like twice in my life. First time I didn't really realize what was going on. The second time, I got kind of belligerent and I just started yelling at people. I was like, "You guys are at a zoo to watch these animals locked in cages. You're all insane." I mean, I was there too, so like I was just like, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't even know who I went with. I don't remember. Like it was like it was just like could you imagine like what that elephant, what that gorilla, what that giraffe, what they're thinking? So just steal this thing and put it in a cage. Yeah, let's do it to humans too. What is ugh? What is this world? I'm pretty sure that if anyone in here decided to make the world what it is, you wouldn't replicate this place, like whatever this world is. Like you wouldn't do it that way. You'd have fruit trees everywhere. People could eat freely. Um, Houses wouldn't be big. They wouldn't be small. Everybody would have a domicile where they could, rest their head. Everybody be like, water is. Do they said years ago that we'll run out of water. They said we'll run out of oil and we won't have any gas. In the 50s, 70s, 90s, they said no more gas. And it's gas everywhere because it's made from corn. It's corn oil that they turn into fuel. And what do they say about water? We're going to run out of water. How do you run out of water? It's a system that loops around. You can't we can't run out of water. It go in the sky, it will go into your body, leak it out, go into the toilet, whatever. But it will come back. It will clean itself up, and it will come right back up. They eat their own poop. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what's funny? No one will eat the little. So you're eating a banana, and you get to the end of it. Nobody eats that part, right? But I guarantee most people have eaten a butthole in their life. People eat buttholes, but you won't eat that little end of the banana. Weird people, man. I don't know. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying like what's I don't know. It's just something that some people do for other people. I don't know. But will you eat that little end of the banana there? Is that what got everybody to leave the room? Just me talking about poop and bananas? I'm changing the title to poop and bananas. Have I really? Have I really eaten a butthole? Of course. What's wrong with that? How old are you? Anybody anybody that's had any kind of relations with another the other species, other sex, whatever. You pretty much if you're down there, you know, like I don't it's not like a goal of mine, but like if she just showered, she might get some pleasure out of it. Not likely. No, not likely. I think that's the best, you know, in the shower. Yeah, that's that you can do that. I love how depraved we can get as a society. Like that's Rube Star. If I have myself. Oh, do you want a story? Well, not the first time. Okay, here's a story. You guys like story time? I'll tell you the story. So one of my ex girlfriends, it's when I got Meatwad. You know, my dog Meatwad. Um, we got the dog towards the end of the relationship because you know a dog. You don't need to know. You don't want to know. Oh, it's good. This is a really good story. You don't know. You don't want to know this story? Rube Star. You don't want to know this one? This is a funny one. This is a funny one. So, towards the end of our relationship, we get a dog because you always get a dog to try to patch up a relationship. It never works. Never works. And so somebody has to take the dog, and she already had a dog, and that was my dog. So I took me one. Well, anyways, the reason that our relationship uh, went to just went to garbage. Uh, oh, I don't know. We didn't. Here's what happened. She started having sexual relations with some dude, which is okay. You will never be able to unhear this. She starts having sex with some dude, um, and but I don't know this. I don't know this at the time. And then she was always kind of like out. And I was like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, I thought we had a relationship. And apparently she was having relations with someone else. So I took it upon myself to go out to a bar one day, and some girl sits next to me. And we go back to her place, and she asked me because she was into chicks, and she said to me this. She said, she said, I really like eating the fine china, but you don't have one, so can I eat your butt? And gave me a rusty trombone. And I was like, I've never had. Yes. Now the funniest part of this story is that girl was that dude's girlfriend who was cheating on me. My girlfriend was cheating on me with her boyfriend, and it just so happens. So this was in Baltimore. So there's a million people there. What are the chances? What are the chances? So yes, that's the first time. That's the first time I got my butthole caressed. It was pretty awesome. The next time, funny enough, is I think maybe one of the three women that I've been in love with. She was Ethiopian. I got to meet her family. I don't meet anyone's family. She was like 10 years my senior, I think. So beautiful, so beautiful. I couldn't understand. So she was getting out of she was just having like she was getting out of a marriage, and she asked me if she could do that for me too, and so like I was like, what is it with hot chicks wanting to eat my butthole? I couldn't quite get it. And the funny thing about her is I was dating her when she was still at her house with her husband, but they're going through a divorce, whatever. And I lost my phone, so it means I lost access to her phone number. And I knew where she lived, but I'm not gonna just gonna like roll up, knock on the door, across town, at this dude's house. And so like from her point of view, I just stopped talking to her. From my point of view, I lost my phone and I didn't have any way to access her. Like I didn't. How was I gonna do that? I was gonna go up to her house. No. Yeah, that's uh, that's what happens sometimes. I don't know. I got too many funny stories. But you know what? You know what? I lucked out though. I lucked out because this is around the time I started dating Ami. If you guys know Ami, she's the one that makes sure I don't, you know, uh, fall over and die in a gutter. I dated her for I don't know how many years, like 12, 13 years. We had an open relationship most of the time. Fun times. Uh, so did you appreciate that story? Butthole pleasures. Hey, welcome whoever just showed up. What should we talk about? What do you guys want to get into? What kind of mess do you want me to talk? Yeah, a Rube Star karma. Yeah, that's funny. It just I don't really believe in karma like like a larger value of karma. Like it's instantaneous. It's karma is a result of something just like immediately. Karma doesn't like last for like days or like it's not like oh a year later or a month later or whatever. That doesn't that karma is compressed to like just moments just in here. So it was literally as soon as I found out she was with this other dude, that's exactly when it happened. Just so happens. And it was really funny too because I went to a bar that I wouldn't normally go to. I went across town. It was a place I didn't really frequent that much. And I figured, oh, this is a new place to go. Let's try this out. Well, who's here? I think I might go um, and get a bottle of wine, and then I'll come back up, and that will help me. That'll help my head, and we'll chat more. Um, Thanks for showing up. Hope you've had fun. I will be back on in a little bit, and I'll have something new to say, and I'll do a little scouring of the internet, and find something new to talk about. You need more pork? Hey, Celtic. Yeah, go get some more port. I'm gonna go grab a bottle, and I'll drink with you. I'll be back in like give me like 30 minutes or something. Maybe a little less than that. Peace out, y'all.